Amazing viewers, good day to you all. Welcome to my channel. Finally, the missing person has been found. I'm talking about no other person than the person of FUBARA. Okay, so the other day, supporters, expressed their displeasure, their disappointment towards the governor, reinstated governor. You think that's funny me? After they stormed the government house to welcome him and he was nowhere to be found. And then yesterday, boom, news, went around social media space that, okay, he's back. And it is good to see that he's back. He arrived at Port Harcourt airport, and then there was this awesome welcome and every other thing, which I'm going to show you the video shortly. But what's annoying me, what I'm trying to talk about today is, the WIKE himself that granted interview on Channels Television, where he talked about if he had wanted the state of emergency to, extend, that he would have done that. Even though initially WIKE lied or tried to exonerate himself from the whole problem that was happening in Rivers State. Like, he acted like he had no idea about the declaration of the state of emergency. He acted like he had no hand in the whole scheme that was planned in Rivers State. And here we are today, WIKE somehow admitting that he is aware of everything that happened. WIKE is one of the, the politicians that we have in Nigeria that I feel like, if we want to remove, is one of those that should be removed immediately from the corridor of power. It's the arrogance of WIKE for me. The arrogance of WIKE. Now, in the whole thing of about of welcoming FUBARA, I sense that, okay, the hatchet, even though they are claiming has been buried, I feel like it's still there, because even the supporters of WIKE were not even there to welcome the FUBARA. It's just disgusting to me, the whole thing being played out in Rivers State. And I'm sorry, I feel more sorry for the people of Rivers State. Now, I'm going to read what the media reported about what WIKE said and just show you just a little snippet of that his interview with Channels Television. But before that, I'll first show you the video, the whole welcoming shenanigans and all the things that was displayed, in Rivers State with regards to the welcome of FUBARA and a little of FUBARA's speech. And I also feel disappointed because FUBARA himself, clearly shows that, he's a weakling. I'm sorry. I used to think, I was thinking, when he started this whole thing, trying to fight that, no, he's strong. But I feel like, no, this man, because I don't understand how you will be busy thanking the president for declaring a state of emergency. All the whole things, that pisses me off coming from Rivers State. I'm going to read that out to you. Sorry. Casio. Yes. Pedro, you are in trouble. Pedro. almost 6 months of the declaration of a state of emergency. Where were this number of crowd when only the women of River State took to the street of Port Harcourt to protest? Where were they? Even if a democratically elected governor refused to do what he's supposed to do, like join the people, which I see the fourth time, even though he claimed in part of the speech, he said, thanking Tinubu for this whole declaration of emergencies rule and whatsoever, and, trying to maintain peace. One would expect that you follow what the Constitution says, fight for what is wrong. He was supposed to do so, yet since he did not do all these things, where were this number of crowd? Sometimes is how we pay attention to things that are not even important for me in this country. It baffles me how we give so much attention to something that is not even important. Then they will come and back say wetin happen. Then they will come and back now say wetin happen. Something illegal, something unconstitutional was done in your state, and we didn't see this number of crowds saying no to it, and then they are coming out from nowhere. And the most disgusting part of it is that we find the likes of Nyesom Wike boasting, and the same FUBARA thanking somebody that committed something unconstitutional. How does this even make any sense? How do we forge ahead as a nation? Like, how do we make things better if we have clowns like this? One boasting, the other one thanking. How do we forge ahead? Make Nigeria better? How will the people realize that, okay, what they have done is something wrong, even though they know that it's something wrong? Nyesom Wike, on one hand, saying, oh, if we didn't want it to end, we could have extended it, which means you now admitted that you've been in the known, or you have orchestrated everything that has happened in River State up until this moment. And even denying the whole claim about, going to be in charge of nominating. I'm going to read what, the media reported and just show you a little clip of that thing, because ain't that what I sing Nyesom Wike like this? Anger, they fool my body. I'm going to show you that. And also, of course, show you a little clip of what Sim FUBARA said. The whole aspect of thanking Nyesom Wike. I'm going to read that out. Thanking Tinubu rather. I'm going to read that out and then show you a little clip. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has said he has the power to prolong the state of emergency declared in the capital if he so wished. Wike, who spoke while addressing supporters in Abuja, boasted that the measure could have continued if the federal government wanted it to remain in force. If we didn't want the state of emergency to be lifted, we would have done one or two things to make sure it continued, but we did it for the interest of the state, he said. The federal government had declared a state of emergency in the FCT earlier this year, citing the need to tackle insecurity, improve infrastructure, and restore order in the territory. Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the time defended the decision as necessary to strengthen governance in the capital. Wike's latest remark, however, suggests that the enforcement of the emergency could also be influenced by political consideration. He did not clarify the specific steps that could have been taken to extend the measure. The statement has drawn reactions, with critics warning that the minister's comment risk undermining the official justification provided by the presidency.
The agreement. Tell it to the governor. Tell it to the governor. No input from you. I cannot go and impose anything on the governor. Why would I impose anything on the governor? Okay, I assuming I go to the governor, I want this. He said no. So did the state will collapse? I have no candidate and I will not. Even if the governor comes to me now, I say, look, we have agreed we are going to work together, which is natural. I say, look, there's no way you tell me not. I say, look, I give a free hand. You know what you want for the state. All I will want to say, I know what I did and what I've done to keep this state to this level. Don't drop it. Move ahead. As I speak to you, I left the state to where we can compete favorably with Lagos. I'm not telling anybody. And that has been my own intention. You can see peace, you can say, look, we are prepared for the interests of the state. Let's move forward. The only thing I can always say, I was watching on television today, is that there are people who are natural crisis builders, who think that they can only benefit when there's crisis. If, for us, for example, if we don't want this state of emergency to be lifted, we would have done one or two things to make sure that no, let the state of emergency continue. No.
My dear good people of Rivers State, you will recall that Rivers State was placed under a 6 months emergency rule declared by Mr. President, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, on the 18th of March 2025, following the intense political crisis in our state. It is without doubt that the 6 months had been enormously challenging for our dear state under the emergency rule. As your governor, I accepted to abide by the state of emergency declaration and choose to cooperate with Mr. President and the National Assembly, guided by my conviction that no sacrifice was too great to secure peace, stability, and progress of Rivers State. This was why I also resisted the pressure to challenge the constitutionality of the declaration of the state of emergency, the suspension of democratic institutions, and all other action that we endured during the difficult period. In the course of this 6 months period, Mr. President graciously brokered the peace process with all the parties successfully. Our leader, His Excellency Onyesom Ezenwa-Wike, CON, all members of Rivers State House of Assembly, and I, as your governor, have all accepted to bury the hatchet and embrace peace and reconciliation in the best interest of our dear state. We believe the political crisis is now behind us and that peace and stability have once again returned to Rivers State, though not without the hard lessons learned from the emergency rule. The responsibility now rests squarely on us, the government, the State House of Assembly, the political leaders, the stakeholders, to put aside our differences, work for the common good, advance the interests of our people above all else. We have a duty to ensure that the peace we have all embraced remain permanent in our dear states. On behalf of the government and the good people of Rivers State, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. President for his fatherly disposition and decisive intervention in resolving the political crisis and for graciously restoring full democratic governance to our states. Personally, I will never take Mr. President's kindness for granted, and for that, I hereby reaffirm my utmost loyalty and eternal gratitude. To those who have expressed genuine fear, frustration, and uncertainty over the nature of the peace process, I assure you that your concerns are valid and understood. However, nothing has been irretrievably lost. There remain ample opportunity for necessary adjustment, continued reconciliation, and inclusiveness. We must all remember the saying, the costless peace is cheaper than the cheapest war. Accordingly, let us therefore embrace this moment as a fresh beginning. Let us work together with renewed hope and determination to build a stronger, more peaceful, and prosperous Rivers State. I assure you that we will continuously work together, ensuring that we carry everyone along.
I want to assure you that we will, by the grace of God, continue to do those things that has made you people love us.
Now, reacting to the statement made by FUBARA here, I'm gonna just take just two. Princess says, laugh emoji, woto woto promas, all of them that conspired in 2023 to rig Rivers election will pay for it in shame. WIKE Stone and others are coming. The tears of innocent Nigerians suffering from their conspiracy will invoke a tsunami of shame and tears in their eyes. Dimla saying Nigerian politicians lack honor and dignity, elsewhere he would resign in protest and become an international voice and symbol of political correctness for the new Nigeria we all want. But with this, he has become boy to Abuja to molest and rape Rivers State. And then we have NS saying, a conquered governor, Lafemoji Chai, we are in deep shit in this country. Mr. Gary reacting to Nyesom Wike boss say, I think Tinubu should be cautioning this man with his reckless talk. They might not always be lucky if they continue like this. Dima saying, I don't pity FUBARA in any way because if he's a good boy, he would not be associating with Wike, and if he's a man with integrity, he would have taken a bow. His coming back shows that he aligns with all the dirty terms and conditions of Wike. He's a close ally to Wike, no pity. And then we have JJ saying, just imagine the kind of impunity under Tinubu illegitimate forgery government. No investor we ever come here to invest under this kind of reckless disregard for rule of law and the constitution. And how Chibes is saying, you don't they feel like Abba, father of River State in this small world. Be careful. Like, I don't even know who to verse for pass between Nyesom Wike, Tinubu, and Sim FUBARA. Like, I feel so ashamed that Sim FUBARA, could make us a broadcast to thank Tinubu for declaring state of emergency. Now, how do you even thank somebody for disenfranchising you? How do you do that? You were democratically elected. You knew what has been done to you is unconstitutional. You did not even make attempts, to join the PDP governors trying to file the case before the court, even though we know our judiciary is messed up. You did not make attempts to fight the whole thing with them. You did not join the few people that decided in River State, the women, to fight for you. You did not join them. And here you are thanking somebody that took your constitutional right away from you and now pinned you to a position. We will ensure that we do this one, we'll continue to do this. Do you think they will allow you to do anything you want to do in that state? You think so? Like, I don't know which person, where my anger now, the one where my anger day most on now. I don't even know the particular person. Because I listen to what Sim FUBARA said, and I just had to shake my head. There are people that will never return there. If the reverse were to be the case, I tell you, somebody like Nyesom Wike is ready to fight Tinubu to a standstill, and will not even obey the judiciary, even if Tinubu decides to use the judiciary. That's the kind of person Nyesom Wike is. With the way he is, he will do it. If the nation won't collapse, make it collapse, but he will do it. I hear, what are you talking about? Peace. What peace? Was there even peace in was there crisis in the River State to begin with? It is the Nyesom Wike that decided not to give the people peace. And the people were ready to fight to a standstill. The few were ready. But what are we seeing? What did you do? It's the way we allow these people to really trample on our rights. It's just it for me. You will be governor, we get power. Even we will be citizens, never even allow this kind of thing happen. When SARS push us, push, what happened? Did we not see NSAS protest? When the people could no longer take it. And as I go there for Nigeria here, generally, when the people can no longer take it, you will see the next thing that will happen. I've never seen this kind of madness before. It is only in Nigeria that I see this kind of thing play out. Only in Nigeria. Look at Nyesom Wike. For Nyesom Wike to say he doesn't have any plan, of nominating, waiting, it's of bringing the commissioners and the rest. It means that thing I said the other day, that there are news going around that this is what Nyesom Wike wants to do. Nyesom Wike wants to do. It means it is the truth. If Nyesom Wike is coming to deny it, it is the truth. We could have continued the state of emergency. If we didn't want to end it, we would have done this one, done the other one. I tell you the truth. Since they have tested waters with River State, they would likely do it in any other states. We are finished in this country. Nyesom Wike, Akpabio, the assemblymen, we and women, the what is it called? And every other person, Tinubu, they have wrecked this nation. They have finished this nation. I'm just going to end it here. I just sure do hope that we are ready to take back this nation. Especially in this 2027. Let this be a fight to finish. Because you see what this way they go on. I don't tire. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That way you get to know as soon as I publish. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you for the immense support. God bless you richly. Please do enjoy your Saturday and see you guys in my other videos.